I'm not chaos.
Hello and welcome, everyone, to Misty Mountain Legends. So glad to have all of you here. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to everyone new who's tuning in. Saw a few new faces. Laugh, saw you. Hi, good to see you. And Meme Page, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you around. Hopefully, we'll have a fresh pot of memes for you in this session. Plenty of meme-worthy content. Also, we didn't tell anyone who our special guests were, so this is going to be exciting. Our meme page obviously knows who y'all are, so this is great.
I know, I'm so curious. Panic intensifies.
It's so good. Anyways, welcome everyone. I am your humble dungeon master, only somewhat
humble.
But so glad to have you all tune in. This episode's a little different than our normal stuff. Still in the same story, same vein as our Fowl and friends, but this one is a bit different. This is Burgy's adventures, as we're now following Burgy and what's going on with him. And to help out with that, we have two special guests. Kris, why don't you introduce yourself first?
I literally no-nosed it. Remind me, it's just me and then my baby. And
yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. I am Kris, aka D&D Imposter on Instagram and TikTok. I am playing Clover, who is, by the wings that I'm not wearing, is a little fairy warlock.
Yeah, Luke had no idea about any of this.
I don't know what's going on.
What's happening?
So excited.
She's not the brightest, but she makes up for it in some other things. But passing it off to the brightest.
Yes. Hello. My name's Odinn. Odinn_son on social medias. But today I am going to be playing Kian Kingsley. He is a foyer Genasi wizard of the enchantment school.
A what Genasi?
Fire.
Foyer Genasi.
Yikes. Y'all are so cool.
Yes, and then Luke, go ahead, introduce yourself as well. You're very important to this whole session.
Hey everybody, I'm Luke Aaron Holtz, and I play Burganofagus, who's a Firbolg bug, and Burgy as he goes by. Last we left off, I believe was falling from the sky in foreign aircraft. So I don't know what's happening.
Luke, how tall is Burgy, by the way?
Huge.
He's huge. Like
8 feet tall, I think. Yeah.
Oh my god, this group looks so weird.
We're gonna stand out a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. Burganofagus is an 8 foot tall Firbolg who is kind of loosely inspired by like a buffalo. Like he's like brown and furry and like just massive. Yeah.
I love him.
And that's Burganofagus.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be such a great session. I'm so ready for everyone to experience what's happening. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and put on our fantasy hats. And so, last we saw Burgy. Burgy had been part of an attack, had been fending off attackers from the castle in Nostorhaver, helping protect the Duke, his sons, and other people around from this massive raiding party of hundreds of people who just came pouring down from the ceilings above and just started slaughtering left and right. Him and his party fought off the raiders valiantly, who then started retreating. The raiders began retreating back up these ropes onto the roof of this castle, and Burgy, thinking his party was going to be right behind him, went right up the ropes to follow, going invisible, and then disguising himself as one of these raiders to follow and sneak. It was only until after he went into a strange aircraft shaped like a V, and the doors closed behind him, that he realized he is alone. His party members did not follow him. And he is alone with unknown assailants who are flying to who knows where. No one knows, except me. Along the way, Burgy attempted to glean information while disguised. Didn't get a ton. And eventually, when his disguised self was about to wear off, something came hurtling at the aircraft he was in, connected and blew up the entire front end of it, causing all the other enemies who are towards the front of this flying vessel to fall off and just fall to their deaths. Burgy remained inside this flying vessel when it got hit by another projectile and started descending down towards the ocean below. Burgy?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
What am I doing as I'm falling through the sky?
Yeah. What do you do?
Am I inside the aircraft, or have I been ejected from the aircraft?
You're still inside. So like when the air rushed in, it pulled out the ones that are near the front, but you got more pushed back just by the force of the wind entering.
I don't know what to do. Okay. Can I see? What can I see from where I am? Like, can I see the ground, or am I pointing? What is the opening pointing to? The ground or the sky?
The opening is pointed towards the ground. You can see the weird, like, front forward wings, like, shape of, like, the V shape, kind of to the side. And with the light now pouring in, you can actually see the interior of this ship. You can see the ocean in the hole in front of you, with a little bit of land off in the distance. And inside the ship, you can see there is a lever, and then you can see some closed portholes that you could not find in the dark initially.
Okay. Okay. I closed porthole, like windows?
Yeah.
Okay. How far am I from the opening?
Only about 20 feet.
Only 20 feet. Okay. I don't know what I have time for here, but I'm going to try to get towards that opening. I don't know how difficult this is. I don't know the physics, but I'm going to try to get towards the opening. And you said it looks like I'm over the ocean?
Yes.
Okay, so Burgy's going to, I don't know if he's standing or crawling, but he's like trying to get his way out to the opening of the ship, all the while frantically reciting his affirmations to help him keep his calm. Oh, I'm a strong and independent person, and there are no obstacles I can't overcome, and I can slow my breathing whenever I like. He's just he's doing his best. And then is he? I don't know. How hard is it? Is he able to get to that?
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Okay.
Or athletics, if you like.
Oh no!
Come on, Burgy, let's go. You got it.
That is a 9.
Okay, so it is difficult.
Pulling his hair out.
It is difficult for you, for sure. So this is mainly not to see whether or not you can get there, but it's how fast. So your speed is halved.
Okay.
So what is your speed?
My speed is 45.
45. Okay, in that case, it doesn't matter. You're able to get there to the edge of this thing. And since you haven't actually done an action, that was just your movement, I'll allow you to try and do a thing.
Okay. he is now on his fourth affirmation. He's going to say, I could overcome my anxiety using the inner strength. And he's going to use slow fall. He's going to use slow fall, which is a bonus action. I hope that's okay.
Yep.
And that's going to reduce any fall damage by 45. And he's going to try to get out of this ship. And I don't know D&D physics. I have no idea how in danger I am. But if I'm falling into the ocean, I don't know. Hopefully.
All right. So you cast slow fall and jump out of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is what you do.
That's what I do.
We now shift views. We go down into the forest of the shore where there's cliffs overlooking this ocean and thick trees and evergreens and pines, just very like Oregon and Washington coast kind of vibes. We see amongst these trees, walking through the forest, Clover and Kian. What do your characters look like? Go ahead and let's visualize it for us.
Kian is a fire genasi. He has very dapper clothing. He wears a white long sleeve shirt, black dress pants, and dress shoes. He has a brown vest over his shirt also. And attached to his hip is a beautiful book bound in blue leather with silver strings across it, looking almost like a map. He has various rings on his finger. He wears a couple of necklaces. He has a handkerchief in his pocket that is yellow with a traditional looking flower pattern on it. His hair is coal black, but amongst it looks almost like small rivers of lava that are running through it that is pulled back into a bun. And his eyes are a bright beaming yellow.
Nice. Clover.
Clover, standing about 3 feet tall. So her clothes are not as dapper as Kian's are. She's just wearing like a plain green tank top with very much so looks like worn and torn green pants. She's got purple wings behind her, which match her purple eyes, her hair like this. And she seems to be carrying nothing else except for a small dagger on her left hip and a boomerang on her right. And as she's walking around, she's just flailing leaves up in the air. Not with her hands, just moving them up. And they're just like flying in front of Kian and her.
Beautiful. What are y'all doing?
What are we doing, boss?
Well, I believe that we're tracking. I'm losing the accent. I believe we're tracking the those folk that recently attacked. I know the name. Nosterhaven.
Nosterhaven.
Tracking those who are Nosterhaven. Sorry. We're tracking them. They're believed to have retreated some way into the forest.
In fact, you do see the people you're tracking flying above. And a vessel you both have seen before. The same group has used them on a few different occasions. These strange air vessels shaped like a V, with the 2 points of the V being the forward ends of the ship. You see them flying above, and you know they're very likely heading back to their base. As you're watching them, you see a projectile from some unknown source come hurtling towards them before connecting with one of these flying vessels. And you can see just the front end just explodes in this fireball. And you see 8 humanoid shapes just come slamming out of this and fall. They just keep falling and falling until they just slam into the ocean at an incredible force.
My leaves just fall to the ground.
We better get moving. And Kian will start taking off towards the crash site.
You can kind of see the direction it's going to be falling. It's going to be pretty close to shore, and you see it as it's going down gets hit by another projectile that makes it explode even further, causing its descent to deepen. And then you see a single humanoid shape. This one much bigger than the other ones. Come falling much slower though. It seems to intentionally have jumped and started falling much more slowly, not nearly at the velocity the other 8 shapes fell at. This shape is heading directly for the ocean, and you can see the vessel seconds later just slam right into the shore and this fiery explosion.
Yeah, I'd take off running towards the crash site and specifically towards that slow moving figure.
Clover's gonna fly as fast as she can towards that figure.
Perfect. All right.
She wants to catch him before he gets to the ground.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give me an athletics check, Clover.
You got
Just
this,
to
Clover.
see, like, I just want to see. If
I
you
do
can
not
fast,
got this.
do fast enough.
Do it fast enough. Actually, I might get this. Is that it? No, that is. 17.
Okay, yeah. With a 17, you just are like booking it with your wings just flapping and looking majestic as you fly out.
Sound like.
And Burgy, as you fall, using slow fall, your descent is much slower than it would be. You can see, as you're falling, suddenly you see a figure with bright purple wings flying directly at you. Do you do anything?
What can I do? Can I maybe roll something just to see if I can perceive this as a threat?
Sure, insight.
As a threat or as my savior? Ooh, 22.
22. Okay. Clover, you are attempting to save him, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Burgy, you do believe this to be someone who is attempting to save you, not harm you.
So as Clover is approaching, I imagine Clover would just hear an increasingly loud, like, I know this situation is hard, but I'm returning rise above it. I'm equipped with many skills and tools to help me.
As she gets within 60 feet of him, she's gonna cast something on him as well.
Oh, okay. What do you cast?
Levitate. So he stays there as she approaches.
Yes.
I don't want to. We're not going anywhere.
Burgy, you were falling. And suddenly, their slow fall just comes to a very abrupt stop, which jars you a little bit. But you're suddenly just floating.
Oh, I don't. Just baffled noises.
And you just hear the wing. You just hear the wings like.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
I'm very frightened right now.
And she looks down, or like they look down, they look back up. You'll be fine. They won't. But we don't have to worry about them. Just don't look down. Keep eye contact with me. Her eyes get like really big. Just keep eye contact with me.
I just picture I don't fully know how levitate works, but I do feel like I'm having trouble staying right way up. Like
No, you like, yeah, you stay. No, I'm not.
Okay.
You basically are in a fixed position.
Okay.
Yeah. Just no gravity.
Yeah, I mean, Burgy is gonna lock in on you then, and he's just like breathing like really, really heavily.
Okay,
very
okay.
frightened.
In your nose. Out your mouth. In your nose. Out your mouth. Okay. Don't look down. And she's gonna like hold out her hand. If you just hold on to my hand, we won't have to be above all this.
Okay.
She's gonna try.
Okay.
If you need persuasion, she'll try to persuade you to do it.
I think he's very persuadable right now.
Persuadable. Okay. She's just gonna lightly grab his hand. Now just don't look down. She
I
says
feel
that
like
she.
one of my fingers will fit in your whole little hand there.
Pull my finger.
No, don't. He's done it to me. Don't do it. Like,
She's gonna like pull Burgy back to where Kian is. Like try to just float and pull him back.
He is heavily breathing, and that's. But is happy to be alive, and is feeling generally fine, and knows that you're helping him, and so he's trusting you right now.
You all manage to, at least Clover and Burgy, you both float slowly back to shore. Clover guiding you, Burgy, as you are just levitating and in suspended free fall. Back to shore where, Burgy, you see Kian.
There's a big flamey.
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. You don't have to worry about him. He's just don't ask too many questions. He likes to talk.
Okay. I don't know what is happening right now. I don't. I'm very confused.
Always confused, so it's okay. We're in the same boat now.
Okay. Are we on the ground yet?
Yes, at this point, you've made it to the ground.
He asked the question having already been on the ground.
Yes, you make it to the ground, and Kian, at this point, you can now interact as well.
why, hello there, big fella.
Hello.
What were you doing on that ship?
I was wondering like the exact same thing. They were attacking, and I thought all my friends were gonna go on, but they didn't go on, and it was just me. And then it was dark, and then it was very bright, and then people were getting sucked out, and then and then I was falling, and then I was floating, and then a fairy was pulling me to the beach.
Fairy's name is Clover.
Hi, Clover. I'm Burganofagus, but you could call me Burgy.
Okay, Burgy.
Right. I'm Kian Kingsley. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Kian, hi. Awkward wave.
Can I get a inside check to see if he's telling the truth about what just
Absolutely, go right ahead.
Fair.
happened? 11.
I mean, you definitely. You're still a little suspicious. I mean, you're not one to take anything at face value.
That's my job.
You're doing great. Right. Burgy, was it?
Yeah.
Burgy, right? Forgive my suspicions, but I'm just a little cautious. You fell from a ship that, as you've mentioned, recently attacked. So, just trying to
Cautious
understand.
is the best way to be. I'm a big fan of cautiousness.
You are surprisingly endearing.
Oh. Oh, thanks. And if a Firbolg could blush, I don't know what it would look like, but
Your nose gets a little pink.
yeah. Oh, thank you. You're a very you seem nice. Also, thanks
thank
for thanks for helping me not die. Clover.
Yeah, I didn't know if you could swim.
Yeah. I don't know if I can swim. I think I can. I don't want that to be part of my character that he can't swim.
Roll for it.
I'll roll
while
for swim.
while Burgy and Clover bond, can I just check to see see if I can see the other 8 figures anywhere that we saw falling?
Go ahead and give a perception check to me.
Thank you. 4.
4. No clue. No, you don't see him at all. You saw him fall, and then you saw him hit the ocean. That's about it.
Were you two just happened to be walking by when I fell out of the sky? Was that kind of, or are you related to what's going on here? Is there like a burning ship on the beach right now?
Yeah, no, not far at all. It's just like the wreckage and burning pile of metal and debris. That
That's what
was
I'll
the
point
vessel
to.
you were
I'll
on.
point to that then and say, are you part of this situation?
I just feel like Clover with how small she is. It's like that meme where the girl's just smiling in front of the burning house behind her.
Oh God.
She's not even gonna look back at the flames and just look at Burgy and nod and go, "No, we just like long walks on the beach."
That sounds peaceful. I think maybe I should do more of that instead of whatever that was. Yeah, maybe we should go for a long walk far away from here.
And then she's just total tone change. She like Clover turns from facing Burgy to turn over to Kian, and just like voice drops, and she goes, "Okay, should we go over to that ship?" Loud whispering, not very quiet.
Burgy stiffens up and gets very uncomfortable.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Might need to look into it a little bit.
Burgy, we're gonna go to the ship. We need to make sure there are no other survivors, because if there are, we should save them.
That and you just fell from that ship, and we're still a little bit cautious about you. So you're coming with us, Burgy.
Don't mind, Kian. We trust you. Just give me your finger.
I do not.
Oh. I follow.
A vice-like grip. You're not getting.
Baby's got tight.
Oh gosh. So as y'all approach the ship, you can feel the heat of everything just burning. The metal is actually beginning to melt in various areas. Y'all go ahead and give me a perception check as y'all walk up to it.
Are you guys getting white noise from my microphone right now? I have a fan blowing on me and I just turned it up a little.
You're all good, buddy.
No, you're good.
I got a 10.
4.
13.
13. Oh wow.
Great rolls,
Okay.
kids. Great rolls.
Cool. What do y'all do when you get to the ship?
Could I look around and see if there's any footprints or anything retreating from the sand near the ship or anything like that?
Sure.
You're smart.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Thank God it's not perception.
I'm looking for signs of life as well. I don't know if I'm as much so investigating the area, but I'm wanting to know.
Footsteps.
I certainly want to know if there's any threats coming from the ship.
All right. That will be encapsulated in your perception check then.
Okay.
I'm looking
24
for
for
stuff. I see
investigation.
nothing.
Oh, 24 for investigation. All right. So you're looking around. You do not see any footprints. You just see total decimation of this thing. I will say, with your investigation, as you're just looking around, you do see various runes along one of the sections that is not currently melting, but runes that may mean something.
Do I understand these runes at all?
Go ahead and give me a history check to whether or not you have interacted with rune crafters before.
All right. Not bad. History, you say?
Mm-hmm.
21.
21. All right, you definitely have interacted with rune crafters before. You are familiar enough that you've seen runes like this, but you don't necessarily know what they mean, as you've not been trained in the art of rune crafting. But you just know that this is obviously the work of rune crafting.
Understood.
Kian, do you see anything?
I see a few runes. Nothing I can really understand. How about you, Clover? Do you ever work with runes at all?
No, I'm just hearing a lot of noise. She seems to be
Yeah,
like intently looking for things, but
Is it-
absolutely sees nothing.
Is it noise that I'm also hearing? Like, do I know it? Is it loud? Or
Oh no, she's literally just getting distracted by like the regular noise of a huge ship on fire.
okay.
It's just the sounds of fire burning and stuff like
I was
that.
just checking if there's things going on in your head that I was being alerted to in that moment.
Voices in my head. Me? Never.
Questionable.
Questionable.
Burgy, do you know what these people were trying to accomplish at all?
They were trying to hurt everybody. I think it was everybody in the room that was there. That we were having a ceremony where they were presenting this fancy sword to the Duke's son. And I joined this group of duck people pretty recently, a couple days ago, and it was something that they had done. I was new to the club, but there was some sort of a ceremony. They were giving a magic sword. You mentioned runes, and I think it had runes on it. It was a runey sword.
I'm sorry, did I hear you say duck people?
Oh yeah, they really they worship a duck god. They're not duck people. Like, they don't look like ducks, but they just have kind of a duck theme about their club.
Are these in your notes, Kian?
Not ducks specifically.
They worship Lord Quackers. He's the lord of the waterfowl. They seem all right. They'd recently lost various party members, conveniently right before I appeared into their lives.
Do you know where you are going?
What are the odds?
Like just now in that
Yeah.
thing? No, I do not know where I was going. I was going wherever those people had attacked us. Wherever they were going, I was just following. Again, I thought my party was going in also, but they did not. So I was just alone with these people that attacked us, and then we fell out of the sky.
Well, that's quite heartbreaking. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's been a confusing few days. And I would say this is about the climax of confusion at the moment. Yep. I'm a little nervous about this flaming giant object right by me. Can we just put a little distance, maybe, like just a little, like I don't know, 20 feet? I just...
Of course. How about we have a sit down and you can collect your thoughts and calm down a little bit?
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be really nice.
Okay. Clover, do you want to find a nice spot for us? Perfect. You have his finger. I go where you go. Like.
So good.
Honestly, this is way more helpful than you realize.
Oh, I love him.
Honestly, so good. Oh man. Oh gosh. So you all make your way away from this burning vessel, and Burgy, you kind of are able to breathe a little bit more as you maybe mumble your affirmations to yourself, I imagine. And Kian and Clover, both of you definitely get the vibe that at this point, Burgy seems to be telling the truth. You're still not 100%, but you're more around like 85, 90% trusting the words he says. Just kind of based off very much his demeanor and the story he's telling.
So what? Where were you? Were you going? What have your last few days been like?
That's a great question, Kian.
Right. Well, Clover and I are part of a group, a guild of sorts, called the Imperium. We keep underground as best we can, and stick to the shadows as best we can. Our work is best unknown rather than known.
Best unknown.
We like making friends. That's what he's trying to say.
That doesn't sound at all like what he was trying to say.
You just have to trust me.
Okay. Okay.
As you can tell, Clover is the charm. I'm more of the strict understanding.
He's the rules.
Okay. All right. Well, niceness and rules are both important in their own way.
Clover is extremely talented in what they do. Apologies, Clover. What they do. I'm more here for a moral compass.
Okay.
But we were tracking the people you were with.
You were? Do you
And
know
now
who
they're
they
dead.
are? What was that?
And now they're dead.
Oh.
Potentially.
That's probably. I would have thought that's probably more of a good thing, but is it not a good thing? I don't know who they were. Do you know who they are?
How far away is the cliff or like the beach, so where you can see where the people may have fallen?
The cliff where y'all were walking is just a little ways south of where you're at now. Right where you're at is kind of more of a rocky beach, not so much sandy, and it quickly turns into cliffs going further south. That's where y'all saw them fall, and so you think they are probably hundreds, perhaps thousands of feet out in the ocean if they survived. But one thing that in the hubbub, the other ships that were flying with the one that got hit have flown on, and you do not see them.
Did we see the direction?
You did see the direction. It was a bit heading more south.
So, do you know who those people are?
We know they're a group of extremists. They take pride in disguising themselves as soldiers from within towns and cities. and then attack those towns and cities. They're not good people.
Yeah, no, they don't. I thought they weren't good people either. I was also on that same page, but then I was getting a little bit of like we're all on the same page. They're not very good people.
No, they're terrible.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Okay, Clover seems less sure.
It's just a big game of hide and seek, and we're it. So
Okay,
you're gonna help us find them.
I am.
Who else are you gonna hang out with?
Yeah, I guess those duck people aren't anywhere around here. Okay. Yeah. I'll come with you as long as you don't leave me with the bad people.
No. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
by finding them, we can find some inkling of where maybe your party has gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a great. I like this whole plan. Well, most of this plan. I mean, the walking on the beach plan was also a really nice plan that I also liked. But this one's okay also, as long as I'm with you two. Okay. Do you know where? Because you know more about them than I do. Do you know where they're going?
And she's just gonna point the way she saw the everyone else fly.
Is that across the water?
It's more continuing down the shoreline area. So kind of a walk on the beach, but it quickly turns into cliffs instead of beach.
Luke, correct me if I'm wrong, because it was in our notes. We know they're retreating to a hidden fortress, correct?
Correct.
A large sea cabin.
Within a
Yes.
sea cavern.
You just do not know where that sea cavern is.
Got you. I'll relay that to Burgy, just in case there's maybe an inkling they saw something on the ship, or
I saw
something.
nothing on the ship. That ship was very dark.
My eyes were closed the whole time.
I was
It
scared.
Certainly felt that way.
Right.
Okay. Walk down the beach it is. Right?
I mean, it's the best lead we have. Why not?
Unless it's what time of day is it? I have no recollection.
So this is still the same day as the attack, and the attack happened at kind of around midday. So at this point, it's like 1:32-ish.
I am quite tired.
Well, if you need to rest, Burgy, we can take a day.
Or if you need a rest, you can just lay down to take a nap, keep your eyes closed, and don't worry, you'll wake up when we get there.
Really?
What?
Technically, you're still levitating.
Oh, it would have ended once he got down, once he hit the ground, yeah.
Just pulling a giant sleeping, levitating.
That is terrifying.
I don't think I could have slept like that.
No.
I'm just trying to see. I'm a little suspicious of my own. Am I really as okay as I think I am?
You didn't take much damage in that fight.
Okay, then maybe I'm fine. It looks like I'm fine. Okay. I look suspiciously fine. But okay. Yeah. I mean, there's a few small things that I would get from. What's this? Okay, that could be helpful. Yeah, a short rest would be nice. Could we just take a little break? Is that okay?
Absolutely. No trouble at all.
Okay, that's good.
We're gonna lose them.
Are we gonna lose them?
We're not going to lose them. Is the ship entirely on fire? Like any maps or anything within that would be fried by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the parts that were not actively melting when you were there are actively melting now, to the point where the whole ship's basically just a pile of melted metal.
Right. Nothing magical radiating from it that didn't melt due to the fire?
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
14?
14. You can definitely tell that there previously was magic. There's just residual sort of feelings to it. But it's the kind of stuff that you would assume is probably whatever magic is allowing it to fly.
Got you. No worries. All right, so we'll take a rest. Burgy, you can recollect your thoughts and calm down. And then I guess we trail along the shoreline.
Rules.
Awesome.
Sweet. All right, so Burgy, you do get a short rest. So you get back anything you get back with a short rest. And if you have taken any damage, you can use a hit die or any amount of hit dice to heal. But I don't know if you got hit at all during the entire fight at the castle.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about that, but I likely did not. But I'm seeing, but there is a lot of abilities and stuff that I regain, so that's great.
Perfect.
Oh, I healed myself earlier using another ability, but I got other abilities back. We're good.
Cool.
I
Sweet.
understand now.
All right. So you take a short rest. You just kind of sit down, recover. And after you're rested, you all start moving along the shoreline. Now, as you're walking, since y'all are actively looking for some sort of sea cavern, I'm going to need combination first nature. No, survival checks, and then investigation checks.
All of us can do both.
Yes, all of you
Okay.
can do both.
So you want survival first, Luke?
Survival first.
I got a nat 20 on my survival, plus 7.
I got a 16.
A 5.
Clover, you're just really taking in nature. I mean, you're just really vibing with all the leaves. You're back to throwing leaves up and just, you're having a grand old time. But Burgy and Kian, both of you, as you're walking, can start to kind of see where the rock formations of the cliffs start to take on different forms. There starts to be pit holes in them and actual indentations where smaller caverns reside. Now, at this point, I need the investigation check.
19.
Oh, Clover, you're at disadvantage. Sorry.
Natural 20 for a 29.
Yes!
5.
Oh, Clover!
My first roll was a 19, and I was like, yeah, and he goes at disadvantage. No.
I'm so sorry.
I'm good at so many things, guys. There's
I
a
believe
reason
you.
I'm
Don't
here.
worry. Absolutely.
Don't worry, we'll get to those good things. All right, so Kian and Burgy, both of you, seeing all these smaller caverns along the cliffside, are really starting to pay attention and look closely. Clover, you're real focused on those leaves. They're just really fun just to have them kind of flowing up
I'm
around.
like playing ping pong with a leaf.
Yeah. It's a great time. You're having a lot of fun. But Kian and Burgy, as you're looking down the cliff, both of you kind of have this wonderful comical moment where there's this nice open cliff edge, and both of you, we see looking up the cliff, both of your heads just kind of go meh, and stick up over the side, and you can see just poking out of a small section, well, a bit of a larger mouth, cave mouth, you see the tail end of one of these vessels just poking out of this, slowly moving into this cavern. And it is about 2 170-ish feet below where you're standing. These are pretty high cliffs. So you see that.
Well, that's a long ways down, but that looks like one of the things that was flying. Hey, Clover, I know you're playing with leaves right now, but maybe you might want to see this.
Grabs the leaf and you hear it crunch.
8-foot tall Burgy's intimidated by that leaf crunch.
Whoa, man.
Easy, Clover.
And Clover, with Burgy pointed it out, you see what they see.
I can float one of us down.
I could actually wait, how 200 and something feet you said?
270 feet.
I actually don't know D&D physics enough to know what my slow fall is going to do for that. I do have the ability to do it again though.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mechanics on levitate, because when the spell ends, the target floats gently to the ground if it's still aloft. So would Clover know that if she casts it on one of them and then immediately ends it as they're like over, that they'll just float down? And she can cast it on somebody else and like they all float down together.
With your intelligence, give me an Arcana check.
You got this. This is the moment, Clover.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be an easy check.
Yeah. Oh, thank God, I got a 12.
Okay, yeah. You think, oh yeah, like you know how the spell works, and so you think,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I could do that pretty easily.
So she's gonna look at Kian then and go, so I can do the floaty thing that I did to you one time, that like, you know, the first week we met where I kind of pushed you off the, you know, it was a funny joke. You didn't find it funny. But then you found it funny later when you got to the ground. Like, I could do that. I won't do it to Burgy, but like I can do it to you and you can float down and I'll just take Burgy by the hand. She's also not whispering any of this.
I mean, if it works.
Of course
Absolutely.
it works. It always works.
I saw
Inside
you
check.
make me. Clover made me not die out of the sky, so I tend to believe that Clover could probably make me not die out of the sky again.
See, good repertoire. I've been
All
learning
right, Clover.
bad words.
I'm a part of Clover's portfolio of not death by falling.
You think Kian's book is spells? It's really just Clover's portfolio. He keeps on his
It's
person.
reports. It's just like
No, she wouldn't. Clover wouldn't pay attention to that. Then she would know Kian would pay attention to that. And after that whole discussion has happened, keep looking at Kian and go, do you think it's safe for us to float down? Because it'll take a bit of time, and if they come out while we're floating down, they might.
So I don't know how much we could go away if we're down there and it's really bad.
Rules?
I also have the ability to have us breathe underwater for a full day.
Oh, you two are like really magical.
So if you could float us down to the water, I'm losing this accent every time. I apologize. Or could, before that, or could give us the ability to breathe underwater, and we could sneak in.
Right,
Feel like
because
Burgy.
you said they're in like an underwater cavern system, right? Did you say
Sea
that?
cavern.
You said, yeah. Okay.
And as Burgy said, we could head down the cliffside a little more away from them and delve into the water there and make our way up.
That sounds like a plan to me.
What was that?
It sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. I was thinking, Clover, I do really appreciate all your helping me float a lot. I really was
I feel
really
like there's a butt coming.
not a butt. It's well, I grew up largely in a mountain, navigated a lot of cliff sides. And so I was thinking maybe if we just reversed who's the who in this levitation plan, that way we could get down to that cliff face, and then if it's bad, we could go down to the water, and I could probably get myself down to the water, I think, without hurting myself too much, just because I'm pretty good at cliff stuff, I think.
The amount of I thinks in there.
Yeah, that was
My
a lot.
DM is making me nervous too. The DM doesn't look.
Let me describe
the
this
DM's not
cliff
going.
to
Yeah,
you."
that's right. The DM's going. Okay.
Wait, I got this, man.
It's just it's the more the lack of confidence that I'm laughing about. Is the I think this is a thing. Yeah,
It's pretty on character for Burgy to not be confident.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about as confident as I am about anything.
Plan?
What
How
was
like a
that?
backup plan? You know, like some people help other people climb, so like I could, help you out, but you could still climb down. It's just if
Yeah.
you slip, you'll get. Okay.
That's right. But if I slip, I could do the thing where I fall slower. I could also make myself invisible because we took that rest. so like I have a few get out of bad thing. I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at hiding in a situation like this. I think.
And jumping out of planes.
And jumping. I mean, I don't know what a plane is, but yeah.
Boys.
I'm really confused about these large metal birds.
Well, if you two will give me 10 minutes to cast this spell, I can give us the ability to breathe underwater for 24 hours.
Yeah, okay. He
I'm
kind
really
of
into
likes
that.
to talk to himself for a little bit. It's like a pumps himself up.
Okay. Yeah. No, honestly, I also talk to myself a lot. I'm usually reading my affirmations or just reciting them from my memory as good as I can.
You can tell me about some of these affirmations while he does his.
Sure.
But Kian will find a space and he'll kneel down on the ground and open up his books. He'll bring out a small little anvil that he has and place it on top of the book and a small hammer and begin chanting words. And as he strikes the hammer, you'll see ricochets of arcane runes shoot out from it as he begins to ritually cast water breathing.
That is so cool.
Nice. Well, unless y'all wanted to do anything while Kian's doing that.
I'll show you my little folded paper of affirmations and just hand it to you.
I just picture like Clover's looking through the cards as Burgy's like, yeah. Just watching Kian like do his thing.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Am I interrupting something?
Oh my gosh.
So, Luke, for reference, the spell grants up to 10 willing creatures you can see within the range the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends. Affected creatures can also retain their normal mode of respiration so they can breathe above water as well. And the spell lasts for 24 hours.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cool. Well, 10 minutes pass and you cast it. And it's impressive and magical. It looks just chef's
I'm
kiss.
so cool.
So cool. Oh. And all of you feel a weird, strange sense of in your lungs. Feel just like some sort of magical sort of thing that you kind of like breathe. You're like, okay, everything's good.
My sinuses feel clearer than ever.
Just has a brand new voice. Like, I am Burgy.
Oh.
That hell is fresh.
So good.
Upon completing the ritual, I'll look to Clover. Take the lead, Clover.
So if you want to stand close, how close are we to the edge of the cliff now?
I mean, as close as you want to be. You can move as close as you want.
Kian's sort of just looking over it at the moment, just to see how far down it is.
And she's just gonna turn her head away from Burgy so he doesn't see. And she's just gonna look at him and go like, okay, we'll have some fun. And she's just gonna like touch his arm and kind of as Kian begins to like come off of the ground, she's gonna push him over and then release her hand, smile, and the little raven skull on her head almost seems to blink, even though there's no eyes. And when the blink happens, you feel the levitation end and you slowly begin to descend. Burgy, who sees none of this,
Just sees Kian step off and go.
looks back at Burgy. So do you want a little help and then you climb, or are you just gonna?
So Kian is on his way down right now.
He's floating down.
Okay. And are you actively making him float down, or?
Oh no, he's doing it all by himself now.
Okay. So are you gonna make me float down?
I can make you float down unless you want to climb down.
I could
Let's
try.
just go float, Burgy. Let's go float. She's
Okay.
gonna reach for the. It's like that's very high. up.
Actually,
I know the signal for give me finger now.
She's just gonna, as she gets close to it, her purple wings will start. As she also casts levitate on him, and as they step off, for some reason, like she could have just stopped the spell, but now she's kind of just like pulling him down.
Perfect. Just come on. Perfect.
As
All
this
right.
happens for 270 feet.
So y'all.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be.
Y'all slowly descend down this cliff with the cavern mouth still in full view. Or did y'all move down the cliff a ways?
we moved down a bit.
All right, cool. So it's not in view. You went around, but you know exactly where it's at. You descend down and you slowly just sink into the water. And you're swimming in the ocean now. It's a little rough. The waves are splashing up and slapping against the cliff face. At least
Good thing about
Kian,
this.
you have to make a quick athletics check first, my dude.
Right, I'm good at them.
You got water breathing, but you didn't. You got waves. You got some waves.
2.
Aren't you so happy you're smart?
I'm so smart.
So
Luke,
smart.
you don't have to pick the dice up. You don't. You really don't.
Sorry,
Just
hang
stop
on. I
it,
need
Luke.
one more.
No, you don't. Stop it. You're a liar.
The waves are gonna smack that accent out of Kian. For all.
The waves.
It's already gone.
So, Kian, you step off and you're going down and you're just like, nice, just slow descent. And about 50 feet from the water, you just look down and you're like, those waves are pretty big. Those are some big waves. And you just kind of sink. And with the spell having worn off officially, you are then in totally controlled by the waves and the force of them.
Yep.
You're gonna take 11 bludgeoning damage as a wave just kind of picks you up and slaps you against the cliff wall.
Okay. Realizing that, he's gonna pull out a piece of copper wire and point towards Clover and Burgy and say, "Just be careful of the waves." And I will send a message with the cantrip message.
Just watching him get smacked into the cliffside, I'll just, I don't know if I want to go down.
Yeah, no, the second Clover hears that, they just stop flying, so now they're just levitating like 30, 40 feet above.
It's convenient you didn't end the spell on Burgy.
Yeah.
That was good. So
beach?
Kian,
Is there a beach nearby?
Yeah, no, is there a place that? Oh, okay. Actually, no.
Help.
Yeah. So Clover would have seen Kian just take out the little somehow have the dexterity to be like, let me take out this little wire and speak into it.
I'm really smart.
Clover's a little bit dead. And so as she stops flying and pulling levitating Burgy with her, they're gonna like look back at Burgy and go, so this climbing thing, if I put you against the cliff, do you think you can climb?
Yeah, but like I grew up in the mountains, so like the cliffs are normal, but the waves, that's the new part. But yeah, like I mean, I could go on the cliff right now. Is that gonna help the situation? I see Kian's down in the water.
Is there a beach or anything within like 50 feet? Or is
Yeah,
it
is there
just
anything-
water and cliff?
it's pretty much just water and cliffs. If you were to get in the water, you would think maybe your best bet is to go just further away from the cliff. So at the
That's
very least, you're not getting slapped against a cliff.
That's
Okay.
all.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. Also, Kian, go ahead and give me another athletics check real quick.
I'm swimming away.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
Into
the
the
athletics check is for.
7.
They didn't teach swimming classes in wizarding school.
They didn't teach.
I went
strength
to public
for the smart
wizarding
boy.
school, not private.
Take another 11 bludgeoning damage.
No.
The Imperium just lost a member.
It's rough down here, guys.
Oh no.
I'm just imagining like seeing nothing but Kian's hand and the occasional like wire.
Help me.
Clover sees Kian get smacked into the thing. She's looking over at Burgy and she's like, okay, we're gonna go over here. And is gonna, as quickly as she can, fly away to where the water seems calmer.
Burgy's
Before-
eyes are locked on Kian smacking into the wall repeatedly.
Trying to swim away again. So you know.
All right, well, go ahead. Well, Clover, go ahead and you're dropping Burgy off.
Yeah, she's just gonna like, as she's pulling him, she's like pulls him in front of them and like tries to go grab his other hand. She's like, no, look at me! Look at me! Seeing him like watch Kian back there. Okay, I'm gonna drop you into the water slowly. Just swim down.
Okay.
Down. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You know where we're going?
Down.
Yeah, but then after
After down?
we go towards the just wait there, goodbye, and just ends the spell as she's now gonna try to fly back to Kian. How did Clover get wrapped into this?
All right, so I'll say you're able to make it to Kian. So Kian, give me one more athletics check. This time I'll give you advantage on it.
I know these waves.
I know
the
these.
Yeah, the way you've learned the waves.
advantage. Okay, 19.
Woo!
All right, there you go. So you're able to, another wave comes and you see it and you're like, and you kind of just swim down a little bit.
Yes.
And kind of get under it before coming back up. And as you come up with your hand, Clover, you were able to snag onto it and kind of pull him away from the cliff face.
Well, for clarification, if I need to make a check, I will, but I'm gonna pull him out of the water and then away instead of like dragging him against the waves.
Oh, you're not doing that.
Oh, no,
You're
no,
being
no.
helpful. This is
Okay,
great.
no, that's fine. You're able to pull up and out and not like just. So Kian's not going against the waves.
Thank you.
Hey,
So y'all are probably about 100 feet from the cliffside at this point, where there's still waves, but it's just kind of everywhere, and you're no longer being the currents aren't forcing you against the cliffside. And as the waves come, you're like you go under, you're able to breathe normal thanks to Kian's magic. So
Can we? What's speaking underwater like in this condition? Oh, go.
I can't take a point of inspiration. That was funny. I like that.
Yes! Can I heal?
No.
No.
Fair.
I'll tell you what. That's something y'all would have. Y'all would have at least two greater potions of healing on you. So you have those.
I'm gonna use it soon.
In the water.
Yeah, in the water. In the
Yeah,
water. I would
no,
imagine.
I'll try that.
Diluted a little bit.
Delete.
I'm looking around for threats underwater at this time.
Perception check, please.
Okay. 13 plus 16.
16. Beautiful. Let me do a quick cursory glance around real quick.
Oh,
Oh.
the thought of looking out into the open ocean underwater. Ugh.
It's like, have y'all seen the sea beast?
Yes, that moment. Wait.
Yeah. It's just like that moment.
I don't want to see
Burgy.
the sea beast. Yeah.
Burgy.
Oh no.
What?
Like this.
As you're looking around underwater, you're breathing fine, which is a weird sensation for you, and you're looking around, and underneath you, in the inky blackness of this ocean, you just see a shape that's probably about 200 feet long,
No!
just slowly moving as just a silhouette in the darkness.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Go get it.
can I
Go
reach?
get it.
Are they by me now?
Yeah, they're by. At this point, yes. You see this. You look down, and then you can hear the splashing of them getting right near you.
Is it below us?
Yeah. So you just see some bubbles underneath the water. Kian, at this point, you can hear the bubbles. You can hear Burgy trying to say something while underwater.
How far away can we see this? Can we see this hoped for underwater sea cavern?
Y'all would have to swim a little bit to get to it.
It's closer to the cliffs.
Wait, what?
You have to kind of go around a bend before you can see the cliffs themselves. Not far though. You're just basically right around the corner.
Okay.
I'm so scared, real life scared right now. Okay. I assume I would start swimming towards. Where would I go? I guess I would swim towards what I would suppose would be the cavern entrance in hopes of at least seeing it. I don't know why. Like you've told me that it's around a bend. I don't know why Burgy knows it's around a bend.
Well, I mean, because y'all saw where it was and y'all kind of walked
Okay.
away from it to get in the water, so you wouldn't be seen going down the cliffs.
Okay. Do I have any indication? It's a 200-foot thing.
No
you
clue
have
what
any-
it is.
No,
You can't.
clue.
You can only just see a silhouette of a thing moving
My
in the water.
Word. I just hope it's too big to care about me.
You're the biggest of us all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true. Man, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I'm swimming, I guess. Towards the cavern, I guess. I'm keeping an eye on the giant darkness, I guess.
Ian will just follow, just limply, just start swimming under the water.
It's just all just bruised and battered from getting smacked against a cliff.
It's great.
Perfect. Clover, do you fly above the water or do you get in?
I'm going in.
Okay, noted. All right, so all three of you start swimming through the water. having Burgy just pointed down and swimming away. Do either one of you look at where he was pointing? Yeah. Kian, you don't?
I'm sad. I just want to go.
All right, so Clover, you do see where look where he's pointing, and you see the same shape moving away. Seemingly not interested in any of the splashing. Perhaps the waves crashing against the cliff not too far hid the sound of y'all splashing in the water. But it seemingly does not see you or does not care. And you all start making your way towards this sea cavern to try and investigate what is going on and who they are. And at this point, we're going to take a short break.
Hey.
Before we get to the sea caverns. And it's going to be a...
That's terrifying.
Don't like it.
It's going to be great.
So scary.
Oh, marvelous. Well, friends, we'll be back in 10 to 15-ish minutes. Feel free to go grab a snack, grab a drink,
Snacks.
go to the bathroom. That's all the things we're going to do. So, yeah, we'll be right back. We are back. We've gotten our snacks, mouthfuls of good snacks and water. Refreshed and ready, as they are all swimming with a lot of salt water in their mouths and breathing it in. But thankfully, they're able to breathe underwater, so that's convenient for all of you. Now, you all are headed towards this cave opening that's at the base of this cliff. You can see waves crashing all around it and waves crashing into this cavern. Where you had seen it, you had seen one of those flying vessels was moving into it. You no longer see that flying vessel there. Presumably it has gone inside this cavern. Now,
how big were these ships, sorry, Luke?
Pretty big. I mean, they were about, like in full width, about 40, 50 feet, and about 20 feet long.
Okay. Big boys. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous. Like, I would be nervously looking over my shoulder. I just want to confirm this giant, dark underwater being, you said it's swimming away. Do I get any frame of reference of what it might be as it's swimming away, or what the shape of it is, or nothing?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Natural 20 right here.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
That's an 8.
8. You have no idea.
Big, dark, scary.
Big, dark, scary thing in the water.
Wet, scary.
Could
Okay.
I also roll since I looked at it?
Sure,
as
yeah,
it was
absolutely.
coming
Yeah.
down? You said perception?
Nature.
Sorry, nature. Oh, that's actually better for me. That's a 19.
19. Clover, while you did not get a great look at it, there's a few different things you think it could be. Could be Leviathan. Could be just a giant whale of some kind. They have to be really big to be 200 feet long.
It's a great whale.
It might be a merworm.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, those
My
are...
vote is whale. I vote for whale.
Vote for
I second whale.
Could just straight up be a sea serpent. Again, it was deep enough and it was dark enough in the water that you didn't get a clear enough look to tell exactly, but those are your guesses, and only one of those is docile.
I just looked at what a merworm
Whale.
is, and I would like to leave the chat.
Yeah, merworms are no joke.
Yep. Nope.
They're pretty great. I like using them.
Must be nice when you're sitting in that seat.
Oh, it's so fun sitting in this seat. Ugh. Anyways.
Odin's face was jaw dropped.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, it's great. Merworms, they're just something I've loved. I've used once before. At the time I used it, I intentionally started with it at lesser health. So
I'd swim for the cave.
Me too.
Perfect.
Right. 10 out of 10.
Oh goodness. So you all swim for this cave. Are you being stealthy? I'm gonna throw you a bone and ask before just assuming you're not.
We're trying to be.
Alright.
Stealthy as one can be coming through water.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to swim underwater, so your check's gonna be pretty easy. I just want to make sure you're trying.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Stealth checks then, please.
Question.
Oh, no.
Is inspiration, is that a thing that goes to a character or a thing that goes to a player? Because
I mean, technically a player, so you can re-roll the die.
Because if a certain Scottish-sounding soldier received inspiration,
No, sorry, they don't transfer from
they
character
don't transfer
to character.
sessions.
No.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Okay. Cool.
Great, that's awesome. Let's-
I got a 10. I got a 10.
Okay.
I got a 12.
12.
18.
Oh, okay, okay. The way y'all were looking at me, I expected all of you to have bad rolls, so. All right.
I have a
Who
plus
can't
6
swim
to my
now?
stealth, so I rolled a 4.
All right.
You rolled terribly, didn't you, Luke?
Don't like this.
Y'all swim into this cavern. And as soon as you pass through, you notice it gets very dark very quickly. The waves inside here are deafening as they splash against the various walls and areas within this cavern, and it just echoes all around. And as you get in, the current pulls you even deeper into this cavern, so I need athletic checks from everyone once again.
Luke.
This is just to control it. Not
11.
necessarily. Okay, 11.
Natural 20.
Hey! Someone learned his lesson.
Yeah, I can swim.
11.
11, 2 11s, and natural 20. All right. So with the natural 20, you kind of can feel the waves, and you're able to move with them and kind of use them to your advantage.
I have experience.
Yes.
Luke.
You're able to kind of see. Also, real quick, who out of y'all has dark vision? Burgy, I know you don't.
Right.
I got 60 feet.
Cool. Clover, you don't have dark vision?
It was so dark on that ship.
No dark vision? All right. So, I think you're muted.
Me?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Now
there
I
you
can
go.
hear you. Now, the way your head turned, I think your mic just wasn't picking you up.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Burgy and Clover, we'll just kind of chop up your low rolls to the fact that you can't see super well. The waves move you around in ways, and you're not able to control the direction you go. Kian, you're focused on getting through to the end. And this is where accidentally, we're going to see if, just a quick percentile die roll, whether or not you three get split up.
Oh.
I've already been split from my party.
I think it's you two sticking together and me on my own.
In fact, it is. Kian, you swim forward into one section, whereas Burgy and Clover, the waves carry you down a different way. And Kian, by the time you notice, it is too late. The waves have pushed them, and they're just kind of suddenly gone from behind you.
Right. Now the play.
And thus begins another side campaign.
But Kian, with your dark vision, you're able to see ahead of you. The cavern starts to move upward and out of the water.
Okay. In that moment, I might reach into my pouch and pull out a cured bit of leather and blow on it, and I will cast Mage Armor just to give me a bit of a boost because I'm
Perfect.
scared.
Perfect. All right. So you swim towards that, and on this, as it kind of moves up, it just turns into this singular cavern that's not super big, which is strange considering you don't see the air vessels anywhere within this cavern area you're currently in, this offshoot at least. And right here, you can see no light, so it's just dim light for you, up to 60 feet. And you can see just cavern walls just wet from all the moisture and whatnot. And all you can hear is the resounding crash of the waves in this cavern. What do you do?
Well, like I said, I'll cast Mage Armor just to give myself a bit of a boost. And I kind of just want to look to see if I can see Clover or Burgy being thrown around by waves, or see if they pop out anywhere or just something. That's my first instinct.
Don't even have to roll. You do not.
Okay.
You do not see them.
Great.
They seemingly must have been pushed down a different offshoot.
Great. Cool.
So you
well, what I will do, I will drink a potion because ow. And, so I'm gonna heal up a little bit.
All right.
And there's no one else in this cabin that I'm looking at right now.
No one else right now.
And how big did you say it was? Sorry.
The area where you're in, this offshoot gets down to about 30 feet wide and only about 10 feet tall. So it's pretty kind of low, but wide.
Is there another entrance anywhere?
You could see looking back from the area you swam through that this one offshoot, you think if you could potentially make it past the waves, you might be able to go down a different entrance, but you'd have to fight against the waves again.
Fuck. Sure. Yeah, that's great. Love that. I have no idea what path they went down, do I? So even if I turned back, I wouldn't know.
No, you're too focused. Yeah, you would have been too focused on swimming to. I mean, you were dealing with the waves on your own, and you were handling them, but it would have taken up all your focus to do that versus try and see which route they went down.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my book, my Atlas of Endless Horizons. I'm gonna pull that book out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open it up, and I'm going to take a minute to transcribe Misty Step into my repertoire, and give back a conjuration spell. I'll look through and pick one and put it back in the book.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna swim towards the entrance of the waves, and when I can see the entrance in the waves, I'm gonna Misty Step through 30 feet to the entrance of the cave by using the book.
All right.
And hope to God it is close enough.
All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check to make it through this first initial section of waves and water.
Okay, I did heal first. I will say because
You
I
did,
drank the
you did.
potion. So that is.
And it's 44 plus 4.
Yeah, I got 13 hit points back. Better than nothing.
Yeah.
And then athletics check. You said?
Yep.
You sure?
I'm very positive. That's what I've been making you do with the waves this whole time.
I couldn't remember, honestly. 15.
15.
Respectable.
You're able to push through this waves. Difficult. It's hard fighting against the current, but you're able to do it just barely. And you're able to get to a point where you could Misty Step about 30 feet to the entrance. And now looking in the brief moment of pause when you're Misty Stepped and the waves are not crashing on you, you're able to see an offshoot to your left, the offshoot you were just down, and then 2 offshoots to your right.
So one I just came from, 2 to my right and 1 to my left. That's what you're telling me?
Yes. No, 1 to your left, 2 to your right.
2 to my right. Okay. So farthest to the right is 1, 2. Second to the right is 3, 4. Left is 5, 6. I'm going to roll a d6.
All right.
6. So I go to the left.
All right.
Is
Now.
Is that what?
is that the general direction that we? Does he have any indication?
He does not. He has no clue.
I'm in a new place. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you go down to the left. And the waves carry you there. Won't make you roll another athletics check. But we'll go ahead and pick up with Burgy and Clover. Burgy and Clover. You two went down the far right section.
Excellent.
Oh, but Kian obviously does not know that.
No.
So you both get swept down to the far right. And both of you just getting pummeled by the waves. Thankfully, your water breathing is there. Otherwise, you would be drowning. You will get splashed up and on top of a small rock lip that you can feel underneath you. And you do have a little bit of light as you both slap onto this rock. You can see ahead of you where it goes deeper into the cliff side. A little bit of light emanating from a tunnel. The tunnel's only about 10 feet wide as it goes into the cliff.
I'm looking around quietly, frantically. Nothing but cavern. Headed towards light.
At this point, yes. With what you can see, you just hear the roaring and crashing of the waves echoing through the cave. So at least any sounds you make, you think will be deafened by that, so no one should hear you coming. But yes, only things you can see right now is yourself and Clover on just this rock edge, and light further ahead of you. Kind of is emanating from around a bend.
I look at Clover and I kind of quietly mouth like, Kian?
I think he got lost.
You go?
We should stay.
We should stay.
He'll be here eventually. He's sometimes a slow swimmer. So if we can sneak a little bit and look at the light. And then by the time I think he should get here, maybe,
Are there little rocks nearby?
Like little loose rocks?
Yeah.
No, not really nearby. You could see some deeper into the cavern, but right where y'all are, like the waves are constantly crashing and moving anything that would be loose around.
But the caverns do look naturally forming, yes?
Yes, right where y'all are at, it does look naturally forming.
okay, so then we'll do this. We'll do this. Because he's smart.
And as she kind of walks a few paces towards the light, she's gonna drag her foot and try to make an arrow.
All right. There's enough buildup of green algae,
Okay.
and just general sort of mud and moss and whatnot that you're able to create a not obvious but seeable arrow pointing into the cavern.
This is for Kian. I was trying to figure out, is this for me or is this a magic spell? And turns out it is neither.
Okay, so do you want to sneak?
Yeah, let's sneak. I'm going to speak in normal tone, but I want you to assume I'm whispering.
I refuse.
Okay. Let's be sneaky. And yeah, I want to walk towards the light sneakily.
All right. Cool.
Stealthily.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth, both of you.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
That actually works. So you just go off. If he already started walking forward, I'm just because Clover.
Oh, I would not boldly go alone. I would definitely be going beside
Okay,
you.
then can I try maybe recon just a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought, okay, because what Clover would have done is, okay, like, let's be sneaky, and would have reached out for his hand.
Oh.
And then they just go like half a foot up the ground.
Ah, floaty.
Can you, is this a
I can
cantrip?
do a
Can you
stealth
this?
check for my wings.
Yes, I
Yeah,
will.
okay.
Actually, I'm gonna be a bit of a mean dungeon master. Your wings are pretty darn wet. Might take some time for them to dry. So they are fairy wings, so they're a little different and then
she will assume, or that because she knows that the wings are wet, she will still cast levitate on the 8-foot big boy. They assume can't really be as sneaky, and they will try sneaking while pulling along big boy.
Perfect.
He
All
goes
right,
with
so
it.
we already got Burgy's, which is exponentially better because of the levitate and him not actually touching. But let's go ahead and get a stealth check from Clover.
17.
17. Beautiful. All right, so y'all are starting to make your way up to the light to just carefully see what's creating the light. Now we return to Kian. Kian,
Why?
you make your way down the far left, and you can see this one is a bit bigger than the one you just went down. This one is approximately 50 to 60 feet wide. A lot of it kind of opens up into a bigger cavern that's mostly in the water. And as you're swimming, you see this sort of strange net wall that you can swim over easily, but you can see it down in the water as you're swimming in the water. And it's breaking up the waves. So once you get past it, it's exponentially easier to swim here.
Oh,
Looking ahead, you
That's
see
great.
in the water about 10 of those flying vessels that you saw earlier, just floating in the water. And as you poke your head above the water, you see about 40-ish individuals all along a very well-lit area that is very much man-made, and there's brick and stones working together to create this platform and docks leading to these vessels. And you see all types of individuals on this in this port is what I'm gonna say it is. They're all kind of just milling about. A lot of them look hurt. You assume this is certainly the party that just came from Nosterhaver. And as they kind of are limping towards, there's multiple doors along the cavern wall in here that lead further in. One of those bursts open. This door itself is about 10 feet tall, and about, I'd say it's a double door, so about 10 feet wide.
Okay.
So big old door. Both doors just burst out. And out trots a about 8 foot tall centaur.
Okay.
8 foot tall centaur, roughly, very big. Looks like its lower half is definitely one of those like huge horses, the ones that pull the massive carriages. And the top half is this burly, jacked man who looks like he's done CrossFit every day since he was born.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking just big and shredded and bulky. And the horse part matches. You can't hear what they say, but you can see them yelling at individuals to come and take the wounded and hurt and just take them further in. And he just is obviously shouting stuff. And he just looks out in the water. And I need you to make a quick stealth check as he is scanning the water.
Yay. 10.
He looks and then turns back to the people and just kind of helps usher some of them inside before closing the door behind him as he goes in. And Kian, you just received 1d4 inspiration that you can use on any roll. Our chat allows us they can buy y'all
thank you.
little bits of inspiration. So Boissa redeemed that for you.
Wissa, appreciate you. Mwah.
So you can choose to use that whenever. Just mark that down wherever you can.
Got you.
If you don't use it this session, it will transfer over to the next.
Got you.
So that is what you see. And now we turn back to Clover and Burgy. Clover and Burgy, as you two round the corner, you look into this room, this large, it's a fairly good sized space. It's about a 30 by 30 room. In it, you see only 3 individuals. One of them is a human man. Seems unimposing. They're kind of gathered around a table, seem to be talking about something. The human man's pointing at something on the table you can't quite make out. There is a dark elf woman just kind of watching and listening to what this man has to say. And next to them stands Clover, someone whom you would say is incredibly imposing. Someone that has bright red hair that almost looks a bit featherish in nature.
No.
Looks like a combination of Matt Bomer and Tom Hiddleston. Incredibly attractive.
Oh, I don't like it.
You've never seen them before.
Yep.
Burgy's never seen them before, I don't think. Has he? Oh, wait, he did.
One time. Burgy
Yeah.
has seen them exactly one time. With this individual with the bright red hair, you also see a chimpanzee.
Oh, shoot. I don't know what to do.
Can we hear what they're talking about or anything?
The waves behind you are still,
Still.
they're a ways off, but it's loud enough that you can't hear what they're saying. But all you can see is this individual, these 3 individuals talking around this table, and Burgy, you see Allfather Cure, the chicken god.
It's so bad, y'all. Like, this is the worst. This is the worst person we could find down here.
And that's
Oh,
where we're gonna
no.
end this session.
What?
No!
What?
Yo!
But
Oh,
I want to.
I looked
I
at
want to
the
fight a
time and I'm-
centaur. Oh, this is cool.
oh.
Maybe it's good because what I was thinking of doing does not align well with Luke's emotions throughout that entire description.
Luke is so much more like Burgy's would be uncomfortable because he knows this is bad. I think he's been filled in.
Luke the player has many more emotions about
Luke
this.
the player is horrified and very, very scared right now.
Clover wants to make friends.
That is
Clover.
This is one of the reasons I went ahead and stopped here, because I figured Clover might do something that would be very bad if they
Oh,
did.
no.
So
Oh, no.
This is why it's
very
good that
excited.
Clover's not by themselves though.
Yes, well, don't worry. We'll be back again. We'll continue the Adventures of Burgy next month. We'll figure out a date, keeping an eye out on our socials. We'll post about it on our Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Odinn and Kris will certainly be back as long as they want to come back.
Definitely.
Oh, good. Excellent. Happy to have y'all back.
Absolutely.
But thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been a very good session. I am very excited for what y'all are going to get into. But anyways, reintroduce yourselves and where people can find you. Plug whatever you want to plug, because like y'all are doing some cool stuff too. Odinn, you go. Okay, of course, yeah.
No. I'm Kris, aka D&D Imposter, on TikTok and Instagrams, and I play Clover, who likes to make friends, but apparently people don't want her to make friends.
Scary
Oh
bad.
god.
I'm so friendly.
My name is Odinn. I go by Odinn_Sun on pretty much all social medias. 2 N's on the Odinn and the Sun. I'm playing Kian Kingsley, and this has been a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Oh my goodness, this has been so fun and so terrifying and so crazy, and I'm in love with everyone in this little thing here. I'm Luke Aaronholtz, and I play Burganofagus, and I'll throw my link in the chat, but it's just Luke Aaronholtz on Instagram and TikTok, most notably.
Marvelous.
Hell yeah.
Yes, and I have been your evil dungeon master, Luke. Again, you can find us at Misty Mountain Legends on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. This episode will go up on YouTube as soon as we're done here. And you can also check out our Patreon. We've started a Patreon where we post a lot of cool stuff. We get some homebrew subclasses and monster stat blocks, a lot of cool stuff. Anna has a book club you can be part of, and we also post custom photo shoots of our dog Pinto Bean, whom you see up in the little top right corner here. That's art of our beautiful bean.
I think I put it the wrong way.
Am I? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes, trying to see whichever way. It's somewhere over there. But yes, lots of great dog pics, and it's so good. With that, thank you all so much for tuning in. Go follow our meme page, Misty Mountain Memes. They post great stuff, and they'll post a lot of memes about this episode. I hope I've given them enough content. And real quick answer, what's Pinto Bean's class? We typically think either cleric, rogue, fighter. One of those 3 seems about right. But again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had a great time. And thank you so much to my players. Y'all were so good. So good.
It was an absolute pleasure, my friend.
Oh, fantastic. All right. With that, thank y'all. And we hope y'all have a fantastic night. Bye.